Hey, good lovers, good evening. It's Katrina from the Good Love Project, and today is day 17 of my 30 days of medibation. So, for those of you tuning in for the first time, medibation is a solo tantric sacred sexuality, mindful sexuality practice. It quite literally is meditation plus masturbation. So, and I've been at this I'm going at this for 30 days, doing a session every day and then sharing my experiences or my observations here on Facebook Live and on YouTube and my other social media. So see, continuing today with focus on pelvic floor work and the importance of pelvic floor strength and health. Yesterday I talked about pelvic floor breathing, and that was the focus of my practice, and I experienced a really awesome breathgasm, and that was wonderful. Today I did it's actually one of my favorite things to do. I do it quite often. I sometimes refer to it as flexing off. That I use my muscles, my internal muscles, my pelvic floor muscles, to bring myself to pleasure. And that's actually a great way to do medibation. Of course, you can use your hands, use your toys, what have you, but sometimes it's good to be able to be really, really still in the rest of your body and just have that one part working. So there's all kinds of pelvic floor exercises out there. Most people know about Kegels. I myself teach a class that is a series of pelvic floor exercises that I call Pussy Pilates, and that's for pussy owners, vulva owners. For those that want to tone and strengthen and learn to control their internal musculature. Developing these techniques are important, particularly the pelvic floor isolations, because they help with, when you're doing your tantric practices, they help you to move and gather and strengthen that sexual energy and moving it up your body and being able to pull it all together. But on a more base level, they also protect against organ prolapse and incontinence. And this is true for penis owners as well. You can also do Kegels. You can also do pelvic floor exercises. In fact, pelvic floor exercises can be a contributing factor to prostate health. So it's good for everyone. So yesterday, if you watched my video yesterday, day 16, I talked about pelvic floor breathing, and that was a very gentle pelvic floor exercise of moving that hammock of muscles that goes across from your pubis and wraps around your urethra and your perineum and your anus, and then connects at the coccyx, at the tailbone. It all wraps kind of like a hammock. And with pelvic floor breathing, it's a very gentle up and down, like lifting, not so much tightening, but lifting and then releasing exercise. So today, I did 2 exercises from my Pussy Pilates series, a Taoist practice known as the 3 gates exercise first. So the 3 gates are a reference to the 3 sphincters of the pelvic floor, if you're a vagina owner. So it's the urethral, the vaginal, and the anal. A sphincter is actually, when we hear the word sphincter, we often just think of the anus, but a sphincter is actually a round muscle. So this is a sphincter, this is a sphincter, the vagina, the urethra, they're all sphincters. So the 3 gates, the the practice of the 3 gates exercise involves constricting and then pulsing each opening separate from the other 2. It's a really great way to develop heightened sensitivity and connection with the structures of your pelvic floor. And it can also be quite pleasurable, especially when you're working that front opening, the first gate, the urethral gate, because the internal structure of the clitoris, the clitoral crura, or the clitoral legs, wraps around the urethra when you do that exercise. And it takes some time to learn how to do it because most of us aren't used to paying that much attention to such a small focused area of the body. But when you do this exercise and you learn to pulse your urethra, you actually end up stimulating the internal structures of your clitoris, and that can result in a clitoral orgasm. So that was the first part of my practice, was doing the 3 gates. And then working inward and doing intervaginal isolations. This technique is sometimes also referred to as pompoir, which is French for to play a flute. And once you understand what the exercise is, you can imagine why they would call it that. If you imagine the vagina as having 3 structures, I'll use my finger as an example. The introitus, or the very opening, would be section 1. The area up around your cervix would be section 2, and then the center, about where your G-spots and your posterior fornix, or your deep spot, is located, would be section 3. And so you learn to actually close and constrict each section, again, separately. This is a more advanced technique. If you're interested in learning about stuff like this, hit me up. I teach it in my Pussy Pilates class. It does feel really good once you learn to be able to feel it and learn to do it. And you can actually, I know I've experienced, and I've gotten feedback from several of my students who've also experienced it, that you can have a cervical orgasm this way by using your muscles to gently stimulate the areas around your cervix. And it's also stimulating that deep spot. It's hitting the deeper pelvic nerve as opposed to the pudendal nerve, which is where the clitoral head connects in. It's really nice. And then, of course, so now you can imagine as you learn to do this practice that you're able to kind of make these waves inside. And so then if you were to have a penis-owning partner that you were then having sex with, that's where the idea of pompoir, to play the flute, comes in. So, but you can also just do it on your own and have very nice, hands-free, and rather discreet orgasms. And so that was my session for today. I did the 3 gates, and then I did my internal isolations. And of course, as always, through microcosmic orbit, through all of it, slow, deep breathing, really focused, deep belly breathing, breathing into my pelvis. 2 days ago, I talked about how pleasure can help you with getting over a cold. That little tiny bit of cold that I was starting to feel, I'm feeling completely better now. So it's amazing, honestly, the effects that this daily practice has been affording me. It's given me, I'm feeling more confident in my body. It's giving me more energy. My immune system seems to be stronger. I'm not catching the cold that everyone else is catching. So I'm excited. So I've got 2 more weeks for this 30-day challenge that I've set for myself. And if you're interested in trying for yourself, I'll be releasing a guided 30-day challenge that you can follow along with. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be posting about it soon. It will be free. It'll be just a complimentary experience, and I would love to hear how 30 days of mindful self-love affects your life. So thanks so much for joining me tonight, and if you've been following for a while, for joining me on this journey. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button so that you can get the rest of the videos in this series, as well as all my other videos. I've been working hard to get some new ones up over the next week or so. And until next time, keep on good loving. Bye.